Alive, my dear friends. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Let me adjust the camera just a little bit. I am live tonight on my Veronica Perspective channel, and I am so happy to reconnect with you all. Whether you're gonna be catching the live or watch the recording, I don't know what's going on with my settings, but that's all right. Oops. If somebody can hear me, please let me know if the sound is good. So I am really just wanna share some thoughts with you, my dear friends. Thank you so much for your kind words, comments. As always, I was a little bit busy, or shall I say extremely uh, um, occupied, and today you will understand why I'm making this live stream called Sleepless, Sleepless in Kiev, tourist in my own city. And how do you feel when you come back to the country that you moved from? So just wanna share thoughts tonight. No, not any strong topic, not any something extremely strong. Or let me see if I can sit on this window. I want to show you guys. I have a typical, high rises. What here, where many people live in them. Here in Ukraine and Eastern Europe, most people live. We have a very lovely complex that I'm staying. Let me try to sit on the window. Let's see how that's gonna go. Oops, I don't know. Sorry guys, I'm doing this all on the go. I lost my hope to get some sleep, so it's gonna be sleepless in Kiev. Thank you so much for the kind words, everybody. So please forgive me if you have been sending messages and all. I was extremely busy, of course, with the trip and everything that takes to prepare for the trip. So opening my cards now. I've been playing this for a while, and here we are. So it has been such an interesting experience to be a tourist in your own city. Of course, you have an advantage when you have lived somewhere before, when it's your motherland. You grew up here. I was born and raised in Kiev, Ukraine, and of course things had changed so dramatically. Everything had changed so much. Even in the last 10 years, things had changed, but especially, since you were a child, you just, it's almost like you're in a different country, it's almost like yeah, it's almost like that time was never real. Yeah, I'm not saying that I look like a foreigner, or Billy saying you don't look like a foreigner, Veronica. No, it's not about me looking certain way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not about the looks or the outer impression. I can talk to somebody and I can speak like a Ukrainian from the village. You can speak, I can speak like a Russian from the east. I can speak like a Western from the west. So yeah, it's definitely a huge advantage from you're from here. You can get along with people, you can adjust, and you can really look out for yourself. That's something you don't have, right, when you travel to the countries that you are new. And it's very obvious because you look like a tourist, and you can easily get advantage of. Also, you don't, you can be easily taken advantage of, and other things. But today I'm talking about this bitter sweet feeling sometimes. But this trip is even though this year had many sad events for me and my family, this trip feels wonderful. This trip feels feels like incredible privilege, incredible joy to, reconnect with my loved ones, with my family, do more for my family, do special things, do things that are not practical, um, do things from my heart, and reconnect with friends and family. It's been, this year has been tough for a lot of us, and it's especially difficult, when, if you immigrate by yourself, right? When your entire family is staying in your native country, and you go to another one, right? So for your acknowledgement, it is about 2 a.m. in Ukraine, and I'm fully awake because of like jet lag. I don't know. My window's open. Hopefully, I won't fall from the window. I don't think so. And I feel very comfortable, and I do feel home. It's really incredible. But today I want to talk about some interesting things that the immigrants go through. When you travel, when you stay long in your new country. For example, for me, it's United States, as I obviously live most of my time in US, at least at the moment. And good morning, good evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys so much for the compliments. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. Not sleeping for about 72 hours must must have contributed. Thank you. So, uh, there are some things that immigrants do not really talk about a lot, and one of them is that it does feel strange, when you come to to your own country, but you've already adjusted in the country you live in, that the country you adopted to, and now you come to your own country, and it's just so interesting because sometimes you do need advice of a friend. Sometimes you do need an direction. I remember, like, I didn't know how to put money on my phone, or things change rapidly, and also the cultural aspect, guys. Hey everybody, hey, thank you so much. The cultural aspect of it as well is that, there are certain customs and culture, in America, right? Like, for example, I'll give you this one. In United States, if for all of you guys who, most of my subscribers are from United States, so we have our things, and when you walk around on the street, you smile, you say hello, and you do all kinds of things. You greet, at least you nod. And for me, it really comes natural. And even before I came to United States, I was always very bubbly, very engaging easily with people and enjoying it. And well, in Ukraine, that's not really it's not really a thing. And some people, I some people think that, oh, Russia, Ukrainian people are miserable, or they're just not happy. I think we just were not taught right, because it's. But at the same time, we should realize that we should let people be um, themselves, and it was interesting. I was walking with my son the other day. um, every culture has power, like every culture, I'm gonna go into it in a second, like everything that seems weird, it has upsides as well. So I was walking with my son yesterday, and he was like, you know what, I'm saving so much energy. I don't have to say hi and smile when I meet people. I can just be in my own world. He said Ukrainian culture, and especially here in the big city, he said it's perfect for the introverts. He said, man, it's just perfect. I'm saving so much energy. Like, I don't have to interrupt my conversation. I can just keep going. I don't have to smile and nod, you know. That was really funny. I couldn't believe he said it. He's like, man, it's interesting. This is interesting. And it's also a lot of fun because we are staying in non-touristic Kiev. It's a very nice part of Kiev where I am. It's about, on a subway, it's only like maybe 15 minutes to the center, maybe even 10. So it's not like somewhere too far away. It's the place where families. I made some clips for you guys today, I think. We're just showing like how families are gathering and socializing, and kids are playing different sports and playing games outside, not games inside. I love that. I absolutely love it. So yeah, and it's so interesting because I like to show him and some of my American friends who come and other foreign people to show, like touristic, non-touristic, special places, regular places. It's a lot of fun to experience it. We are staying in a very modern place, and it has such nice infrastructure, and I feel so safe and relaxed. It's just truly wonderful. And it's so modern and so tasteful. And I think people have a lot of assumptions about countries and places they've never went, and they only see they may have seen only the city center, or they may have seen only this particular kind of people, or they may have seen only the nightclubs or only the countryside. I really think that experience having a full experience really enriches you. And as an immigrant, when you come for first to US, you feel that you're at disadvantage. You feel like, oh my gosh, I can barely, well, my language was decent when I came, but a lot of people do not have this advantage. As in Ukraine, they didn't really teach us English. They really did not. So they want us to pass tests, and they have some weird books that we studied, but they really didn't teach us. So a lot of people who come to United States, you feel like you're at a disadvantage. You feel like you may be 30, but you don't know how things work over in US, for example. And so you feel like you are 6 years old again, because you need to start over. You need to learn how everything works. And that is tough. And you think, yeah, I wish I would only know one culture. I wish I would have been born here. I wish my language would be fluent. I wish I wish I could understand things better. I wish I would not have to jump through all these hoops. It's you literally learning how to walk again when you come to another country. But what immigrants do not know, that they actually have power, because they have been experiencing something else, because they have been just a second, guys, I don't want this construction to fall, because they will figure out the new stuff. Yes, it may take longer sometimes, but they have an advantage. Like, instead of one world, they have two worlds, right? And if you put effort, you will get accustomed. For example, in US, you will learn the language, you will understand, you will eventually understand the jokes, you will eventually be able to fully express yourself, you will eventually be pretty much like a local after, if you want so. And if yes, you do need to have a little bit of talent and a lot of consistency and desire too, because some people come to US. Oh, thank you so much, David, thank you. He says it's never too late to listen to you. I enjoy your live streams. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate the support. I'll get myself some Ukrainian sirnichki tomorrow. That's my favorite food, one of my favorite foods. So thank you. So of course, thank you again. Yes, I appreciate it. Yes, I miss doing the live streams, and now jet lag, man. Can't sleep. So anyway, thank you so much. So what did I want to say? I forgot. But yes, you definitely have two worlds. You definitely have, another culture. You understand another world. You understand another mentality. So yeah, it may be rough at first, but then it becomes better and better. And I wish that people would tell them, no, you're not a second, third, or third citizen in United States, for example. No, you learning, you're getting accustomed, but you have you have power. You know a lot. Even if I, for example, when I go back to Ukraine, even if I'm lost, even something going on, I know how to connect with people. I know, even if I missed, haven't been here for like 20 years, I would still find my way. It's so wonderful when you can you have this opportunity to explore these things. Living in Michigan, not so many people in the areas that I live travel internationally, and I find it sometimes very like I can get along. We human beings can get along just with about anybody, but it's getting cold. Just a second, guys. It's getting cold. But you can find common language with everybody, but I've noticed that it is so much more fun. And when the person I can always tell the person who travels abroad, the person has that speak another language, it's usually the mindset. The mindset is very abundant, it's very wide. It's not just black and white. It's um, people who've seen more tend to just be more developed, right? And I was thinking today about, just because you moved, you're moving, or you permanently, if you left Ukraine for whatever reason, and you permanently living in US or any other country, it doesn't mean that you should abandon your native country. It doesn't mean that you should never come back. It doesn't mean that you should cut off your ties. I feel, why I'm sharing this, because I feel overjoyed. We have been doing things that I did as a kid. We have been doing things and talking about things, and just really doing unpractical things, as some people would say, but very, very joyful. And if you are planning, for example, to marry a Ukrainian girl, make sure that you spend some good time in Ukraine, so you can understand her. You can understand her a lot better. If you actually marry her, try to come every maybe, ideally every year, because it will really make a huge difference in your relationship, in her levels of happiness. Because one of the painful things that immigrants do not talk to is how difficult it is to not be around people that you truly love, your very, very close friends, and of course your family, especially your mom and dad, your maybe your sister or brother. It's especially if you were very close with them. you know it is one of the toughest things when you're deciding to, you taking a decision for whatever reason. But in our case on this channel, we talk a lot about immigration because of marriage. It's such a huge step, and having support and understanding, you will have better understanding if you actually travel together, if you experience that, if you see that like, we don't do things on the clock here. Like yesterday, I must have had, like, I don't know, 17 cups of tea, with my family and close friends. I mean, it's just like there is no logic. It's something that you do. It's something that heartfelt. And when you come and you see your parents, for example, you want to spoil them. If you're lucky that you have your parents, you want to spoil them, because some things, when you come from US as an immigrant, there are many things that you can afford, or maybe you were saving for the travel, that your mom, your auntie, your grandma, um, or your wife's mom, or sister, they cannot afford those things. So when you come, it's always a holiday. When you come, you take them out, you get them some things that they want, you go, you do some experiences, and it is just so joyful, because when you really live here, like, question to all of you, and I'm gonna say hi to all of you guys. When you live here as a normal person, you don't really go and look for fun things to do, right? When you work here, when you live in Ukraine, the salaries overall are pretty low. So if you run in a business, or if you work in a couple of jobs, you don't really have much time to do a lot of fancy things, So when you come here, and I'm talking about, again, about being a tourist in my own city. When you come here, you wanted to make it very special. So, gentlemen, advice for you: if you marry the Ukrainian woman, it it tells us, it should. I'm gonna sit down. It tells us, or we would assume that you are doing all right financially. And I want you to understand that when your Ukrainian woman is travel to Ukraine, especially if she's maybe stay-at-home mom, or, she's raising kids, or maybe she's working somewhere, but it's she's just working for fun. You have to understand. Don't try to cheap out. Don't try to, give you like, if you had the courage to invite her to her life, and take, uh, leave everything she ever seen for you, for a better life, and to make your life complete, understand that you should make those times, those not so often, usually times when she comes back to Ukraine, make them wonderful, to make them, full of joy, so she can feel at least. Yes, she may not be able to be present in her parents' life as much. And the worst part of it is that a lot of times grandparents do not get enough time to spend with their grandchildren, right? If you created a family, but at least give you an opportunity to show your family, not just show off, but truly show that, that, she's doing great. And when she comes over, she's not, worried that you basically, that you're not a cheapskate, that you understand that that's a special time, and she wants to do the most of it. And I'm not encouraging you to, do something wild or, inappropriate, but you have to understand that, it truly is special time. And it takes, actually, it takes a couple of days to adjust. It really does, because it's such a huge change, such a huge change. So it does take, a couple of days to adjust and realize, oh my gosh, I'm here. Something that's, it's like you're in a different world. Like, I mean, this is my third day here today, and the first day and the second day, you think it's unreal. You just, you walk around, um, you feel happiness, but you feel like you're watching a movie or something like that. You're not there, but you are. So, and it feels this way because, when you move, you do focus on the things you need to do for your family, and you may support your parents, you may do all these things, but it's not the same. So I hope any of what I'm saying is making sense today, because again, For those of you who like to criticize, it is 2:30 a.m. in Ukraine, and instead of trying to listen to something calming, I felt like it's gonna be very calming to connect with you guys and share a few things. Plus, I would like to let you know that all is well. I'm not much on social media at all right now, guys. Family time. Yes, okay. Now I'm gonna read and respond your comments. Thank you so much. Hello, John. How's things are going for you? Please tell me if you're not too comfortable on a common live chat. Please tell me how things are going for you. I'd love to know. I hope that I am. I understand there are moments, but I assume that they're going very well. And if not, you may need a how to say this, mentality translator. But if you ever need, let me know. But from many people I work with in your case, you have so much in common with your beautiful wife. So I hope that adjustment is difficult though. I hope that things are going well overall, but adjustment is difficult. And don't be surprised if she, I mean, you probably already learned this. She may be blowing up on you here and there, she may be irritated, but it's that just the adjustment process. Actually, those would be good videos about how to adjust, because you're waiting for her to come. You're so excited, and then, oh my God, you're together all the time, and half of the half of the things you don't understand or match on. I would say this again. I find myself getting along so much easier with people who have experienced different cultures, and it's not to be, um, like judgmental, but seriously, I looked across my among my friends and people who I can connect to, and not always, but very often, those are people that are very sophisticated. They have been in places and experienced things, and we can have a 3-hour conversation and not have enough of it. It's not a small talk. It's diving deep. So, and it's not even just the words. It's the level of connection, the level of understanding. I think your surroundings do form you. I would put it this way. Your surroundings, your experiences do form you. The persons that only saw farms and horses, which is nothing wrong with farms and horses, but it's hard to understand somebody who comes from a big sophisticated city. I'll make a simple example. Like, why do you need to do your hair and your makeup? It's like, I'm now in Ukraine. I look just fine. Like, yeah. There is, women do take care of themselves, but when I'm in the middle of nowhere in Michigan, like, it's completely different. But it's important that you understand these differences, and you do not make fun of your wife because you married her because she was different. And so if you will make fun of her and say, wow, you don't really need to wear a dress, you don't really need to do your eyelashes, or you don't really need to have a lipstick when you go outside, after a while she will feel very vulnerable, and she may stop doing it. And then you will be wondering, where's the woman you had married. So it's a lot of different little things, lots of mentality differences. But I think that at the same time, when you really experience things, when you have the courage to engage with people you don't know in conversations and so on, you really learn that we are all the same after all. In main desires, in main aspects, we are all the same. and at the same time, um, it's just easier. It's kind of, it's almost like a magnetic connection, you know, when you on the same page with someone, you know, when you don't have to explain, when you don't have to prove why you want something or why you enjoy something, you know, when you can just say, you know what, it's time for me. I need to go home. Like, I need to go home. I mean, when you move to another country, that's becoming your home. That after a while, that place become your home. But this is always your native country. And sometimes you just have to go. You don't need to, again, explain too much, right? And you know, since most of people who watch my channel are men, foreign men, I just want to tell you, you may think you understand your Slavic wife, but you don't. um, I think it's a lot of, I think it's very exciting, and it's actually amazing to be able to learn. You know, we kind of want to figure out the person like an open book, know everything about them. But I think it's a lot more exciting just naturally keep learning and learning and learning and learning about the person. And when she comes back, maybe you come back together, and you know, she knows things, but she's also a tourist now, like you. I mean, it's her home, but things are changing, this and that, and she's also experiencing changes. You know, you can learn so much. You know, you can learn about her childhood. You know, she may bring you to the place that never changed, you know, since like 1970s or 1980s or 1990s, you know. um it can be a blast from the past, you know, and you can learn so many aspects of her personality that you, even if you've been with her for 10 years, you may never knew. So you may have never known. So it's kind of incredible, you know. I tell you, being a tourist in your own native city discovers things in you that you never knew about yourself either. So you know, you experience different things, you're having fun, and yet it's always painful as well, because you reconnect your family, and you really do not want to leave. Like after a while, after about a month, I know, like when I stay a month or so or more, or maybe a little less sometimes, it's like you don't want to leave. You feel like you're reconnected, but then you, oh oops, I have this other life there too. So yes, I do think that Kiev evolving into incredible destination city. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Is that, I mean, probably that will be other other day topics, but absolutely. Okay, guys, let me just read your comments. Let's make it a nice tea chat. I probably will wake up tomorrow when the sun will be going down, but it's gonna take a bit. John is saying, my wife is very genuine. Yes, she really is. And I am learning a lot from her about good things in life. Yes, that's wonderful to hear. He says, John says, I miss Ukraine, but she doesn't. I'm sure. You know, like from what we talked about, I can totally believe it. And I'm truly, truly excited for you guys, because, you know, I do think that you like coffee and cream, you know. She doesn't miss Ukraine, and I understand why, but after a while, she may. I didn't miss it too in the beginning, because I was so in love and so excited about new country and all of that, you know. And also, several of my dreams were happening, so yes. But she going to miss certain things about it, but in general I understand, and it's wonderful. It's actually perfect that she feels that way. I'm very happy to hear that. It's a very good sign, John. It's a great sign. Oh, thank you so much, John. Oh my goodness, I love this. That really, that is so wonderful to hear. John is saying you are a big part of us being together. Thank you. Oh, I knew that was a time to do a live today. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to hear. And uh, sometimes you can have those moments, and I know that probably what you mean is some like sometimes there are those moments that you have doubt and moments of, oh, it will never work. Look at her, look at me, look where I grew up, look when she grew up. But in the same time, uh, you can be the closest friends and the closest people and the closest romantic partners that any of you had ever had. So um, I remember hearing that from the special man in my life, and he told me, we were taught in the Cold War that like Russian people, back in time we were all Russian, so and it's funny because I'm ethnically more Russian than Ukrainian, so it's kind of a mix. But regardless, in the Cold War, they were teaching that, oh, Russia or Soviet Russia is an enemy, it's a regime, it's this, that. But people were not really telling the truth about how, heartfelt and wonderful people living here overall, beautiful things about Slavic culture. And it was very politicized, right? And that we probably could not be friends because the countries are enemies, so we are enemies. So how do you marry an enemy? How do you marry somebody from the countries that wish you death, right? I mean, not really death, but that is like so. And hearing that, like hearing from the people that were born in a different the opposite side of the planet, and the opposite culture, the opposite government system, telling you that like you're the closest person they ever had. It just gives you a perspective. It just gives you a perspective that is like, well, relationships and people are not about the government and stuff. And people usually, it's very interesting because what I'm learning is that Russian Ukrainians versus American have a lot of adoration for each other. Like Russian and Ukrainian people think America is wow, 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 wow. Because America is good at marketing. They admire and think great things about America, and a lot of Americans are admire when they hear an accent. They're like, oh my God, they think you're so exotic and so unique. So I really think that we are more than the place we were born, but you know, the opposites attract, and amazing things. Yes, we do have our differences, and that sometimes can be a challenge. But I am learning that your best friend, the person you love and loves the most, could be in fact born on the other side of the planet. And hey, that could be your destiny. But you have more chances to understand them if you travel with them, or if you just try to even educate yourself, becoming more well-rounded. And that's why we have this channel too. And that's why also, John, I'm so thrilled to hear these things, because this is what I'm living for. It just makes your existence make sense when you help people to understand each other. I knew that my channel would be helping people not to translate from Russian to English or Ukrainian to English, but translate the mentality and kind of read behind the scenes, read behind the words, because Russian and Ukrainian women have this lovely feature of thinking that men already understand what they want, and I know it's not only Slavic women think this way, but um, because we were raised that men are decisive and they know what they want. When you are indecisive, we're literally ready to break up with you, and maybe even, you know, slap you, wake you up and just scream, be a man. But in the Western culture, everything is done to encourage men to drop their natural masculinity. So that's why that's why we are all responsible for being uh, for educating ourselves, and I highly recommend you guys, um, if you have a dream to learn about other cultures, you don't have to have a reason, you don't have to get married, you don't have to do none of these things. You can just go and experience that. You will understand why. um, you can learn about the stereotypes, and some of them are true sometimes. So, I want to thank for the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Long story short, thank you sometimes for the super chat. Are you going to do some live streaming in the daytime around town? I hope so. I really hope so. I don't know. I need to learn about the Ukrainian internet and how, if I need to buy some special package. I would actually love to stream around beautiful places. Yes, it would be wonderful. But first of all, I need to learn how to get up. I need to regain my energy, but I'm pretty sure that that will happen. I absolutely love doing that too. So yes, my answer is yes, but got to figure out the cell phone. Need to make sure that I have enough of everything that it takes, enough of data, and that would be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for the super chat, and yes, I will at some point. Hello, Matt. Good to see you. Привет, привет, Марин. Рада видеть, слышать. Привет. Get in touch with Alina. She seems to have figured it out. Yes, well, Alina is a professional. We're talking about Alina McLeod. I love your streams. I love your personality. I don't know, like, if you can find a girl that is a little bit like Alina McLeod, you're in a big luck. I don't know. She's just. I've never met her in person yet. I'd love to meet her in person in Ukraine here at some point. I understand that she has her plans and family, so if that if she will find time and will not mind to meet, I would absolutely love it, because I just I'm telling you, if you can find a woman like that, you are in luck. Like 10% of what it's really interesting, because once again, she didn't pay me and I have never met her, but I'm sure if you're watching her channel, like, I understand. It's just so genuine and so kind, and not to mention gorgeous. So, like, and talented and hardworking and all. So yes, look for the ladies that doing something with their life. A lot of men getting carried away with cameras, because you never experience the real joy, the real joy from connecting with person that is genuine. So yes. And if you're watching me and you watch Alina, you can also ask her, say, hey Alina, would you make a video with Veronica? Because maybe she will consider that. But I try to always come on her streams when I can, and she's fantastic. And yes, I could ask her about live streaming when you are walking around. That's for sure. She is, I think she made like 2 hour live stream a couple of weeks ago. It's amazing. So thank you though. Alex, did you come from her channel? From Alina's channel? I'm just curious. Hey Matt, oh thank you so much for the super chat, Matt. I'll get some Ukrainian latte tomorrow. Thank you so much for supporting the live show while I'm here. Stranded. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not stranded. But while I'm here in Ukraine, I'll be very honest with you guys. It's been so stressful for me to get ready because with all the new restrictions, different requirements, uh, you know what I mean, with in 2021, having, oh, brings this, brings that, don't forget the insurance, don't forget the test, don't forget this. I just, I did not tell anybody that I was traveling because I didn't know if if I was going to make it through the TSA in Detroit. Seriously, because there were so many requirements, and then I wasn't sure if I'm gonna make it through security in Ukraine. And if you'd like me to, I can make a video about the traveling experience, traveling to Ukraine. I'm sure there are plenty, but I could share my experience of things that I've learned during this trip, and I'm still learning because they have weird requirements over here about certain restrictions. So, but I will share with you for sure, and especially I may share more with my Patreon members because some things I do not want to say publicly, but they can make your life easier. So if you are on my if you are my Patreon supporter, you can get a bonus because I am learning currently some hacks how to make it less stressful, and I can't fully say if I'm successful because it's not the time yet to say, but I will do my best. John says, yes, please. I will consider that, John. I hope you guys are planning for a travel. Yes, but the thing is, if you planning to come like in 3 months, in 6 months, requirements could be completely different. But again, I think you're still, regardless. So I will see how I can help you guys. It's not a problem for me to share public and free information for my supporters. I don't, it can be available, but certain things I just do not want to say on public platforms. So, you know, you will understand why when I tell you. I would just say because of control and that all of us had experienced the authorities' control, and I want to share some tips how to avoid a big part of it here. But again, something that I don't want to be quoted on. But I still will try to give you a hint how to do this. Alex is saying, yes, I think I actually found your channel through hers a couple years ago. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, Alex. And he says, so I watch you post quite a bit. Thank you, Alex. I am not sure if I gotten much comments from you before, but that is so lovely. Thank you so much for checking it out. Yeah, she was so lovely, and on her live streams she gave me a couple shout outs, and that was just, again, very sweet of her. She just doesn't know what a big fan I am. Isn't it weird? Like, when you truly genuinely love somebody, it's really hard to contain yourself. So but I don't think that there is ever enough of genuine care, or genuine friendship, genuine support. I don't think you ever have too much of it. So thank you so much for sharing my Patreon. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, she's in Kharkiv. Yeah, I was not watching, I have not been watching any YouTube, but I saw her little ad that she is in Kharkiv right now. Yes, wonderful. Kharkiv, by the way, it's a lovely city as well. I recommend checking it out if you can. Yeah, Matt, thank you. Yes. Latte tomorrow. I was trying not to drink a lot of caffeine so I can fall asleep at some point. Uh, Matt Eastwood says, sounds like a male version of me. I'm not sure what you were talking about, but that is funny. Are you commenting about Alina? Be a real and respectful man and go to Ukraine or Russia, get a very lovely and respectful lady. Yes. Yes, let me read some more comments. John Poldrack is saying, remember I told you I always have love for Ukraine from being a teenager. Yes. How do you explain the beauty of the Ukrainian women like yourself? Oh my goodness, thank you. I don't know who that was. Thank you. Kill Pal. How do I explain the beauty of Ukrainian women? Many factors. I would say genetic, history, um, celebration of femininity, culture, high standards. But I don't know, miracle. I think, I heard this phrase one time and somebody said, if you can't explain why you love somebody, you do not love them. Some people will understand this phrase, some people won't. I'm gonna say this again. If you can explain in detail why you love somebody, you don't love them. And maybe you don't love them at all. So I think, to answer your question, I think there are probably things that are just natural and there is no way really to explaining them would ruin the magic. I would put it this way. Explaining some beautiful things ruins the magic. You know how sometimes you see a beautiful woman and you want to make her a compliment. You can say, oh my god, you look so gorgeous today. I don't know what happened, but you just look stunning today. Something about you today is just like. And she said, oh yeah, I just washed my hair. You felt yes, maybe there was a makeover, but you feel some kind of magical energy coming from this person. She's like, yeah, I just washed my hair. Oh yeah, oh, this is a beautiful dress. Oh yeah, it's from my grandmother. Yeah, she kept it in the closet and must had beat it here and there, but it's just pretty. Yeah, I just thought I wear it. So sometimes the explanation kills the magic. But thank you so much, and I do agree. I admire the beauty of Slavic culture and Ukrainian women in particular myself. So thank you so much, and thank you for indirect compliment as well. But I want to tell you guys also that beauty is a hard work. When I was preparing for this trip, once again, I wanted to change my gender. I swear to God, each time I travel, I'm like, why can't I just have a small bag, when I put 3 pairs of pants, 3 tops, a sweater, some, facial products, computer, and that's it. It doesn't work like this. Trust me. Each time, every single time when I travel, I want to change my gender and be a guy. You take a shower, you shave, and you are already a prince, you know. And for me, oh, you know, I have to have my you know, facial like serum. Oh, I need to have my special cream. Oh, I can't forget the special brush. Oh, this top is not mentioned. But what about the accessories? I'm like, oh my goodness. But you know, beauty is a hard work. I just want you to know that. And well, some of you who are married to Ukrainian women, you know that beauty is a hard work. You know, my first husband told me, you know, I will never judge you for taking time to get ready because I love the final result and I never want to discourage you. So he was really, really patient when I took my time, you know. So that's another thing, you know. It is a process, so be patient. I think in America, a lot of ladies kind of, you know, gave up some beauty routines and discipline. You know, I'm drinking right now green tea. I'm not drinking like, you know, I'm not eating ice cream, you know, because, you know, you think about what the hell you're doing, you know. So I think one major part of Ukrainian women's physical beauty is incredible discipline that they are not even aware of. They don't even know they are disciplined. So that's one part. Oh, thank you, Matt. Did you send me another super chat? You spoiling me today. Oh, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate it. I think I'm streaming at a good time today because you know, I'm on the same, you know, not that far from your time zone. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I'm gonna get a smoothie tomorrow. I'll need it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Share your thoughts. I don't know. Have you ever been here? Oh, it's the weekend. Oh, okay. Is today Saturday or Sunday? I really don't know. Um, it's somewhere in between, I think. And it's the weekend. Yes, yes. That. Thank you. It seems so many American women have traded beauty for running suits and t-shirts. I know. I know. And you know, here is the thing though. Like tomorrow, whatever time I get up, you know, I'm also gonna put some uh, yoga pants and some comfortable clothes, and I'm gonna go and walk in the park and run. Our place is right near the lake, and I wanna exercise outside. It's so nice. Um, so I'm not gonna do the makeup and the hair, but I'm not gonna go in my running suit to meet a friend later in town or on a romantic date or do anything else. So I will wear my yoga pants and my, you know, tracksuit and some nice, you know, running shoes tomorrow morning. But this is the only place I'm heading into is workout. You know, like morning walk or morning run, or it could be afternoon run at this point, or late afternoon run. It's gonna be something, right? So I am saddened that a lot of you know, ladies in the West just decided to let go, because you see, the thing is, you're really doing it for yourself. Yes, it does have a side effect, you know, but as women, we brewing magic inside of us, and it's it's you who see you in the mirror, you know. It's you who take you places, you know. By the end of the day, you is always there. And as women, it's our magical power. And you know, some women look amazing with, you know, barely, you know, they just, it's just not their style. They can just like brush their hair, like hot brush, and you know, put just a little bit of mascara and a little bit of you know, lipstick. I had a friend one time, she was just so naturally beautiful. It was just like, well, I still have her. We had a little bit of a beef, but I still love her and I still have her. She is so gorgeous. Like, either way. But it's not that you just put the makeup in the dress or like lip gloss in the dress. It that you change the state you are in. You change like, I'm working, to I'm a woman. You change your energy. you you change the way you feel yourself. As women we wear many hats, and I don't know why American women are stuck in yoga hats, yoga pants, and sweatshirt, uh, workout hat. I will never understand that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Matt. You're spoiling me today. Thank you. That is so very kind of you. I appreciate your support on this live channel. Thank you. And also thank you, David, uh, for another cash app. Thank you so much. I'm starting to feel something in my eyes. So maybe this live stream will wear me out. Thank you. uh no going to supermarket and your workout clothes and makeup. Are you asking me, Brian? I let's see. Are you asking a question? Going to supermarket, I think that it's okay to go to supermarket, without like, I don't have to do, my eyelashes or like bright lipstick to go to supermarket to buy bread. But I will comb my hair, and put lip gloss and maybe like glasses. I will still, I will not come to a public place ungroomed. I may not have the makeup on, like no eyeliner or something like that, but I probably would have some grooming um ritual. So it wouldn't be, dressed up, but it would be just decent and, respectful. And if you go work out to the park and then you need to pick up a couple groceries, I don't think that it's a crime. Even in Ukraine, if you wear sporty clothes and you come to the store to pick up a few things, that's just different. If you working in your sweat clothes all day, that is not right. And I think, I mean, again, I think it's wonderful that the man you're with, he loves, like, your skin, your natural face and all of this. But I think that men admire the magic. As women we have the transformation power. you know you can be in one state of mind, and you can be, how I'm gonna tell you guys my biggest secret. So I love this analogy with caterpillar and butterfly. Caterpillar is a decent creature. Caterpillar, has a right to exist, right? And when you have like kids, or you have early job, or you have these things you need to take care of, it's okay to be a bit of a caterpillar. In the morning you gotta get your maybe workout or your walk, or you gotta take your kids. But you have a you need to find a time for yourself when you distributed your kids, or distributed your morning responsibility. You have to have the time to you know do your duties and transform to a butterfly at some point, because this is some powers that um, this is an incredible powers that we have. And it doesn't start on the outer. The desire to make your hair or do your lipstick, or your eyebrows or something like that, it doesn't come from the outer. It comes from within. It's a self-expression. And for some women it's something very different. it's the way to just accentuate your own style. Some women are very minimalistic, and it looks wonderful on them, you know. They just, all they need to do is, you know, put some lip gloss, you know, brush their hair, and put like a nice fresh top. It doesn't have to be always, you know, very elaborate. We all have our style, and it's what you feel comfortable on. Oh yes, 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 yes. I agree. I do not see an average Ukrainian woman, Brian. I agree with you. She will never allow herself to. It could be maybe once or twice, you know, if your child is sick and she needs to run to get like medication or some extreme hug, like some urgent thing. But in general, Ukrainian women in general would never allow themselves to show up outside in a grocery store with their pants hanging down, with their bonnets, you know, with their breasts all over the place. I'm just saying how it is. I was shocked when I came to the United States first, and like I saw, you know, women like, how to say this in a nice way, good lord, I don't know. I was scared. Okay, so not everything needs to be seen, okay. I think when there is a common sense of aesthetics, and I'm very happy for American women who feel confident about themselves, but I think there is a general common sense and aesthetic, and you can love yourself and feel confident, but do not scare others. You cannot, like, have some mercy for people who are going to see that, if you know what I mean, you know, like, see, I'm just gonna say, like, seeing, you know, bigger women in like tiny, like small shorts, or like crop tops, or like, you know, undergarments. I I can survive it, but I'm thinking about, like, you know, little boys and girls. I mean, you cannot be so cruel. Once again, you know, one day, you know, certain things may change under the gravity and time, and that's okay to get older and to get, you know, out of shape. It's okay, guys, it's life. But it's not okay to show it when nobody asked you. It's not okay to know that this stuff is not that great anymore. You know, Ukrainian women, you can look at older women, look at like women that are 50s and 60s and even 70s. They would never walk in some compromising or open clothes that do not look good anymore. It just, you know, it's different when you're in the beach and you're just trying to get some sunshine. It's not a discrimination. It just sense of style and sense. And to come back about, you know, talking about being a foreigner, being a tourist in my own city, but yet feeling so native. I feel so amazing here, you know, like looking at, you know, not being the sore Tom, you know, like looking at so many ladies that, you know, truly you can just tell. You can just tell that they have respect not only for themselves, but they have respect for others. To me, it's disrespectful to scare people. Maybe they don't have a strong nervous system. You can make it damage. You can never. I tell you what, after I saw certain things, the way I saw them, like, I thought to myself, I'll never be the same. I cannot unsee this. Right? So it's like, it's just being respectful, you know. have a, sometimes, you need to take a critical look and just say, okay, this do not look good anymore. Maybe, maybe I should put some underwear on because things are out of control, It's definitely 3 a.m. here. But tell me that I'm wrong. And tell me why you think that. And try to prove it. Brian is laughing. Diet. Stop the freaking hamburgers and pizza. Go home and cook good meal as a family and have fun. Yes, it's so very true. It's so very true. The having effort, like I've never, I'm not a perfect person. Sometimes you get tired, and I have a lot going on in my personal life and my business life. I'm also a mom. I never had the evening when I drove home and when I'm in US and I thought, I'm gonna get McDonald's for my son, or I'm gonna get Wendy's for dinner. This is not dinner. First of all, it's a piece of crap. Second of all, if you were to have a child, why, if you willingly had a child, why would you want to give them the worst? Like, so you had a child, so you don't have to put any effort in that child. So, you can be on Instagram or Facebook in the evening, but you're gonna get the McDonald's for dinner. I've never in my life thought on my drive home when I had a, maybe a difficult day, or running out of time. I've never once, yes, like sometimes we go to a nice restaurant, or blah blah blah, we're doing some nice things, but I've never thought I'm gonna go and put bunch of garbage in my child. So why in the world you do this? I don't understand. Can somebody explain me this? You go through pain to have this child, you risk your life, it's not easy. I can tell you that it's not easy. You don't sleep nights. You work hard, only to put the lowest of efforts. Not only the stuff from McDonald's and Wendy's and whatever else, this piece of crap. It doesn't have any nutrition, anything good. It's junk. But also, this is not how you connect with your child and your family. When you come home and you do things with your hands, it's not only the nutritious food you do, but it's also the love that you put in that food. And it was so interesting this time. My mom, I told her like to not go wild with cooking. But at the same time, I thought to myself, this is how Ukrainian people show love, and I just don't want to, like, how you feel like you don't want somebody to, well, it's not somebody, it's my mom, but I just don't want anybody to suffer and be tired. But it's part of the culture, because you go out, you pick the food, you cook it, it's like you express your love through the food. And I've decided to let my mom cook sometimes while we're here. We are I'm having my own place, but we are coming, and I think when you do something with your hands for the other person, it also transmits love and care. There is no love and care from hamburger from McDonald's. I hate to say this, but there is no love and care. It's like, well, don't, I'm gonna give this to you so you won't die. I don't know. I think maybe in America people live by default, so everybody does it. I don't know. But we were out today on a playground. Today was Saturday. It was like a center with a little bit of entertainment. There were so many families and kids, basketball, gyro scooters, different carousels or playgrounds. Like everybody was out. They were not on Fortnite. I loved it so much. Like mothers, fathers, kids, If we're all doing stuff outside, it is so much easier to just, plop on the couch and say, hey, go grab your iPad. So even though technology also affects Ukraine, of course, everybody has technology, but I'm just really proud that a lot of people here, as they realize that your kid needs fresh air, your kids needs activity, your kid need to play. Once again, I do not understand why people have children and then put such a low effort in raising them, in giving them. It's not about even spending a lot of money, it's about putting effort, giving them the better things. I don't understand. And I think, sometimes when I'm shopping in US and I have my shopping cart and, we are standing and like, I should sometimes take a picture of, I see mothers that have like Coke, all the pop stuff and all the sweet snacks and all the sweet cereals and all these crappy little, how you call them, Lunchables and those things that are packaged. It's like, so I'm very, very happy to see that in Ukraine, lots of mothers still put a lot of effort in their kids, and I'm not saying that in America mothers do not put effort in their kids. I'm just saying that we still try to do more natural things over here, and I think it's pretty important. By the way, I had not seen a single overweight kid so far. I don't think that they don't exist, but here I have not seen one. So that's inspiring. Oh wow, Matt, really? Matt is saying, I don't have any kids, but raised my brothers and sisters. Oh wow. Yeah, it sounds like you have a story. So you kind of had to become a parent to your own brothers and sisters. Wow. So you can relate probably in some way, but it takes a lot of energy to do that. Yes, exactly. Brian is saying Kiev is a go-go these days, but go to any park there and it's full of people. Yes. Yeah, life in the US has changed to go, go, go. It's true, but you know what? If you think about it, you go, go, go to make money. So you don't sleep, you don't eat, you eat crap, you just have this horrible lifestyle in order to get money. And then what you're gonna spend that money on? To try to fix the health you lost while you try to make this money. I think every person needs to reevaluate their their goals and their lifestyle, because sometimes we just copy everybody else. And in US is definitely a culture of more, keep going, keep going. But I really think that people in other countries are happier even though they have less money sometimes. People seem to have more time for themselves, and it compensates sometimes, because when you run, it's like if you neglect your family and yourself, I don't know, it just sounds wrong. It's just, I do understand that there are some people that's how they do things, like Donald Trump. I cannot imagine like Donald Trump like taking, long vacations. Some people are made this way, they just passion. But that's different. You have to know what fuels you. But a lot of people do not work for passion. They work taking more and more hours to get more and more money, but they never have time to enjoy this money. So it's kind of, I think it is important to reevaluate sometimes, because a lot of fathers missing out and on like their children everything, because they are working, and I respect that, but I think that a lot of men regret later in life that they did not spend time with their kids. And now a lot of women too, because a lot of women, especially in the West, they never see their kids. They never see their kids. Somebody else is raising them. Mad. Yeah, I wish I had a kid so I could show them music. Oh, one brother to sister. Yeah. Yes. Wow, you should share your story, Matt. And I hope that, you will make your dream come true. I don't really know very much about you, so if you want to share a little bit of your story, and if you want to reach out to me to consultveronica@gmail.com, just share a few things if you'd like to. God knows, maybe your dream will come true, but I don't know exactly what you are dreaming about. But I think it looks like it's a family, and yeah, I truly do wish for your dream to come true. um, if you truly want to take care of somebody, you can always find somebody to take care of. Sometimes you meet a woman and she doesn't want to have kids anymore, or she can't physically. There's always adoption. I think that adoption is incredible. To my opinion, I think people who adopt children uh, are these are the people that should be celebrities, because they literally choose to invest in the future, because the children are our future, and some children are not don't have a good start. And you can buy yourself cars, houses, more and more stuff, but when you invest in another life, I read it somewhere, uh, in 50 years it won't matter what car you drove, what house you lived in, what brands you were, but it will greatly matter if you but the world could be a different place if you had helped a child, if you played a role in the life of a child. It is so true. Sometimes I feel like we are running with these goals, and like, I want to tell you this example. Now when I'm in US, I do have some meetings and I have to take care I have some business I need to take care of. But when I'm with my family or my close friends, I'm not on my phone, I'm not checking anything, I am not on a timer. I'm not looking at watch. Like, the other day I was with my mom. She's like, "Oh, it's getting late. Oh, it's getting dark." I'm like, "Mom, it's not any darker at 8 than it's at 10." You know. And I also had remembered, oh man, I hope not to break down here in tears, but I remember how we were walking with my dad on Padol 2 years ago, and he like, "Oh, it's late, I need to go home." Like, Dad, it is such a beautiful night, and we are walking on Padol, and it's just so beautiful there. It's like it's just so peaceful and calm. I'm like, "Please let me take, let me get you a taxi. Don't worry about the bus." I just want to spend time with you. I don't want to be reasonable with how much time I spend with you. I don't want to be reasonable, with what I give to my mom right now, I don't want to be reasonable. I want to be unreasonable. I want to spend ungodly amount of, of time, doing whatever the hell we want to do. And, I'm remembering these moments, and I'm just like, you know, you know, definitely do not have regrets for spending a lot of time together. And I remember, when I had some invitations to go to like different parties, but I'm just, I don't want to go to parties. I just want to spend time with my dad. Man. Oh. And I feel like the problem with United States lifestyle, most people live programmed. You have 1 hour in the afternoon for this, like you only do things certain way, you only like meet on Christmas, like you have all this like schedule, like there is sometimes no schedule, and it's just sometimes, I mean, you have to listen to that voice inside you, there are reasons for that, yes, sometimes you don't have a possibility to do it, but when you have a possibility, I literally had to uh, tell my mom the other day, I'm like, I'm not on a damn schedule. If I would want to have a schedule, I would have a 9 to 5 job, or I will do something else in life. I do not have schedule. I do, I do things that I love. I put a lot of energy into it, but I do not have a damn schedule. I'm gonna spend as much time doing what I want, you know. Because there are some things that I want to do, and I don't want to have a lot of regrets, you know. Unfortunately, the situation with my dad when he got sick, Ukraine was on a severe this red zone lockdown. Everything was closed, and it was kind of crazy time. And they didn't really want me to come because it's like there was no transportation, all the shops, all the stores. It was just very terrible time, and of course we didn't know that he would be gone so fast, But I was really, really glad that I came any year I could come, So that is, guys, I just want you to know that is a huge part of the and pain for immigrants, especially for Slavic women that I know of, is that you choose your new life, you cannot spend as much time with people that you love due to distance. Yes, now we have FaceTime, but I kind of wish I would talk to him more, but my dad wouldn't be talking there all day. He had stuff to do, he was creating and doing stuff. So I just want you to know that even though when we are moving to another country, we still have the same values. We still have the same values, and this is a major conflict, for international couples, that you think that just because we moved from Ukraine to America, for example, then we also, want to watch baseball or go to games or doing small talk as a conversation, and like we don't like that stuff. I mean, I'm just of course generalizing, so it doesn't change. And so if you don't have an opportunity, if you know you will never have money, you have like fraction, you can't send your woman back to see her family, let's say in Russia and Ukraine. If you do not have that budget, you have to be open in the beginning. Just tell her, hey, I'm broke. I love you, but I'm broke. And this is up to her. That she may say no, because it's not that she wants your money, it's that she wants to know that she will be able to come and see her family. If you tell her that you are her man, you protect her, you provide her, but you can't even afford to, buy her a ticket and cover her needs in Ukraine, or to come at least once a year, you cannot have, it's not going to be a great marriage, because she will be suffering. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she told me that her husband told her, "You want to go back to Ukraine? Well, have your own budget. I'm not gonna spend. I don't have $5,000, or however many, however much needed." So yeah, it doesn't change. Yes, we do evolve with time, and we adjust a bit to American culture, but it doesn't mean that we can abandon our parents. So remember that. Man, I cannot talk about this stuff without getting emotional, but um, yeah, well, we are also, generalizing things. I think that there are decent, representatives of traditional values on both sides in Eastern Europe and in US. I actually met a lot of traditional women in US as well, and I truly admire them, for not buying into non-binary, I truly admire them. But Ukraine is just famous for traditional women, and I hope it will not change. I hope it will stay this way. Yes, oh my gosh, I love that, Brian. I love this. Slavic women adjust to living in the US, but they never change who who and what they are. Yes, very true. Yeah. Oh, guys, I'm so glad you're supporting each other. And thank you, Elena. She says, OMG, so true. I'm glad you guys are supporting each other. Oh my God. What? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that, Matt. Oh my goodness. Matt is saying my mom beat the out of me for counting coal and ruining the carpet, and then locked me in the room. Yeah, I'm really sorry. That's terrible. You know, I used to think that all women are meant to be mothers, but I understand that I was wrong. I was wrong. Not all the women are supposed to be mothers. I'm really sorry to hear your story. But I hope that by this time you can move past it. I actually want to make a video. I'm just too tired today, but I want to make a video on forgiveness and letting things go and the importance of it. I think that would be a good one. Especially, when those are things from the far away past. Yeah. Right, Liliana. I know. I thought so too, but boy, I was wrong. Man, so many people are struggling. Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, every family has challenges, guys. Don't ever think that, like, I mean, sometimes, yes, there are some picture perfect families on the picture and of the picture, but I just want to tell you that most families, most, not all, have struggles. And we also had a lot of things and struggles in my family, but love is stronger. Love is stronger. Yeah, Yelena, I understand, yes. So, my dear friends, thank you so much for joining my live stream. I'm gonna see what I can do. This trip, I have lots of goals this trip, some very important ones. Um, but with every moment I can, I would love to live stream from beautiful places. I have to figure out. Okay, this is where I feel like a tourist like a tourist in Ukraine. Is that I have to figure out how I put money on my phone. So I have this package, and I know that I did it before, but I need to think again. I think you can do it through like iBox. They have these iBoxes and all kinds of things, but it's just so different in the US. It's so different. So I just want to make sure that when I do a live stream, it's like it's not gonna finish in the middle of it. So yes, I may need to connect with Alina, but I'm sure I'll figure this out. And it shouldn't be a problem because the cell phone and the Wi-Fi and uh, buying data for your phone is available. It's everywhere. It's not expensive at all. It's just like setting this all up because I'm so used to Verizon. Just like everything is automatic. You don't have to do anything. So I remember after I have not been in Ukraine for 7 years, I asked my best friend here. I would run out of data on my phone and I would send her a message and she would put money on my phone from her bank, like from her private card. I'm like, I didn't have a local bank, so it just was. It's also little things, but the way of doing things are changing, and sometimes you feel like, man, now I feel like I'm 6 year old here, like asking people to help. But I will try to find a balance between being in the moment and spending time with people I love and sharing with you. So thank you so very much, guys, for joining. I'm starting to feel it. So I hope that you guys, it's getting late over where you are, right? So I want to wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining, for catching up. And yeah, it's been quite an experience, but I do feel very excited to be here. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't really have the words for this feeling. And it's almost surreal. It's like a time machine. It's a mix of different things, but I would not change it for anything. So once again, thank you so very much for the kind words. I hope that anything of what I said today made sense. I truly do. I hope that something that I said today made sense. But it will make more sense once I get on a regular schedule and get some sleep so my brain is back. I will be waiting for that. I miss it. Oh, thank you, Yelena. You're too kind. Yelena says perfect sense. Well, thank you. I'm happy. And you know, if you just joined, I want to show you um, this beautiful city. Big lights. You can tell I'm not in my in my little town, which actually I enjoy as well. Oops, it's getting cool in here. Who wants to? Uh, who wants to look out my window? Okay, you see me, but you don't see anything. So this is actually like little playground only for the residents, and they're just, I don't know. Just there is a lake. I don't know if you guys can see the lake. Well, I hope I won't lose my phone. That would be great if I don't. So there is a lake, and like these buildings, just like very typical place where people actually live, because you know most Ukrainian people uh, do not live downtown, right? Most people do not live downtown. Most people live. So this is right near the subway, and has great infrastructure, and it's only like I think 20 miles from airport. So it's in between the airport and the city center. I would put it this way. Oh, thank you, Joshua. You are so sweet. You are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's not only that city centers of Europe are expensive, but you know what that is that that is one thing for sure. But also, they're not very adjusted for children. Children need have playgrounds, you know, schools, they need space, and usually in the center it's more business, you know, and things like this. So yeah, it is expensive, but also it's there are not so many family stores, you know, playgrounds, sporty playgrounds, and things like that. So, excuse me. So therefore, yes, it's easier to and better to raise family a bit of the not in the city center. Especially huge traffic. You know, a lot of people, some people own an apartment in the city center. um, some people own an apartment in the city center, but they rent it out, you know, make money, and they move some convenient place that offers better place for the family. Oh, great! Here is my charger. Worst nightmare is to forget your charger in Ukraine. So, even though you can easily buy it. So anyway, I'm not gonna set any alarms. I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do. So yes, children need space. They need time and place for running around and doing stuff. And in city center, there is not that much. I mean, I wish there would be, but it's not. There is, again, not great infrastructure for the family. Yeah, Bill, I have the luxury to not have an alarm. I don't know when I'm gonna wake up tomorrow or today, I don't know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Uh, Share your thoughts. Thank you for participating. And I know I didn't say hi to some. I know Elizabeth was here. Broadcast, Dave, John, Matt, Bill, Elena. Some people I can't tell your name because of your name you have here, John. Like, thank you guys so much for being with me, and for all the good stuff that happens on our talks. I need to go put my luggage in my room and take care of it, because we just moving into this beautiful, very modern apartment. I love it. It's so good and comfortable. So, my dear friends, I'll see you at some point. I wish you the most wonderful evening, and I will see you very soon. Thank you. if you want to be the part of the channel, yes, you can join the channel. You can if you want to, if you really enjoy these videos, you can also join on Patreon. I will commit to share some behind the scenes, just some more personal things on Patreon during my visit. But of course, the public videos are always available, and I appreciate you there and here. Good night, guys. Thank you. Thank you for not letting me get rusty with the live shows. Bye. From Ukraine with love.